Let's get some questions here on the show. Another topic that has flooded the drive-thru emails over the last few days. It's come in from many people. I'm going to read one question for everyone. This was sent to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com. I think we've had a question from him before, from Booker Teat in Boring, Oregon. I read an article that talked about an alleged list of banned images from the ThunderDome. One of the images that has been banned was Jim himself. I just wanted to get Jim's thoughts on the matter. Here are a list of the alleged banned images from ThunderDome.
Well, hold on here now. I've heard about, people been talking about this on Twitter. I was off Twitter on Saturday because it was our anniversary, and then I was trying to catch up on things, so I'm not up on everything. But I saw people talking about it, but I never actually saw, how was this list determined? How did this leak out? What kind of list was it? Where did it come from? Is it legitimate? These things are absolutely really prohibited in the production truck, from being fed to the fucking ThunderDome. How do we know this?
Well, what I saw were images. I don't know if it was the truck or if it was just a position backstage, but they were the monitors, the screens with all the various images that you would see of the fans on ThunderDome. And then there was a separate area with images of things that whoever's screening it needs to look out for. If you see this person or this image, you need to get that off the ThunderDome right away. We can't risk this going out.
Well, wait a minute. How many of those fucking people's ugly mugs do you think they've got in the ThunderDome to begin with? And how many people are watching? And they're going to compare those little bitty screens with these pictures they've got up. How is that going to work? What do they got? 500 people monitoring this stuff?
I saw one or two people, maybe. It may have been one person, now that I think about it.
Jesus Christ, they'd probably give them convulsions or seizures or whatever trying to follow all that shit.
Would you like to hear some of the things that were discovered that are on this list? And when I say list, once again, it was a couple pages of images that whoever there is monitoring has to look out for.
It's like when you go in a convenience store and they have a picture up on the door that says, this guy's a shoplifter. Watch out for this guy.
It's like a few years ago at the Hall of Fame. Didn't they put up signs, don't let Scott Steiner in, and they put his images all over the place?
He's going to beat the fuck out of Hulk or somebody.
I think it was Hulk, yeah. Well, here's the list. AEW, Impact Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Enzo Amore, Tony Khan, Cody Rhodes, Brandy Rhodes, Marty Scurll, The Young Bucks, Chris Benoit, CM Punk, Jim Cornette, Alberto El Patron, Ryback, Ashley Massaro, Superstar Billy Graham.
Wait a minute, she worked for them, didn't she? I know she's dead now, but was there heat there?
I believe the story is that she was raped on one of the Tribute for the Troop shows, and the WWE had her. According to the story, the WWE asked her not to let that out because it would hurt them. And there were other alleged incidents with Ashley Massaro and what I will put as senior executives in WWE.
Oh!
That are unconfirmed, but the stories are out there. And hopefully someday someone does look into these. And
but on this list you've read so far, so basically any other company's logo, which makes sense.
Correct.
Or any other company's wrestlers, which makes sense, except they don't list all the other wrestlers. Should if they ban a picture of Cody, what if somebody puts up a picture of Pockets or one of the sock-faced Lucha Brothers or whatever? Should it be any other wrestlers besides ours and don't have a million pictures, just have people that know who the fuck people are?
Well, we have a few more things here on this list.
I hope so.
Superstar Billy Graham.
What? God, he's in the Hall of Fame, isn't he?
He is. He's a Hall of Famer. I think he sold the ring, though.
Well, yeah, but he's in the WWE Hall of Fame, but he can't be in the ThunderDome.
It is 2020. Superstar Billy Graham has been dying since 1990.
He's going to be the most elderly dying man that ever lived. He'll outlive us all.
Right? Didn't we hear about? I mean, because on the Orezi show is when he first came out and talked about steroids and his health. It was like in 1990, 1991. It was Billy Graham doesn't have too many years left.
Yeah, well, no. Remember, before that, they showed his hip replacement surgery in the 80s on WWF television when his bones started degenerating.
That's right.
He's been in bad health for a long, long time, but he can't get in the Thunderdome. This will be the shock that kills him.
Vicky Guerrero.
Okay.
And then finally, the flags of Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Tibet.
What?
That tells me that WWE doesn't want to upset China. They're probably doing business with China.
Is China mad at their own flags?
China certainly is mad at Tibet, Hong Kong, and Taiwan, yes.
I thought Hong Kong was in China.
I don't want to go into too much Asian history here right now, but there's a lot of heat, to use a wrestling term, between communist China and Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Tibet. There's a reason the Dalai Lama went on the run.
Well, I'm sorry I'm not up on Chinese politics. I've been paying too much attention to ours that are probably even worse than theirs at this point, hopefully for only another day or so.
So, Jim, do you feel good about being included on this list? Do you feel like, why am I on this list with these other undesirables? What are your thoughts?
I was going to say, like when I'm adjoining CM Punk, so at least I'm in some good company, but then there's a lot of just outright jack-offs on that list too. Enzo Amore. For every Punk, there's 2 Amores. So I am flattered that obviously I'm one of the most influential people on the internet, that people are trying to force my image onto the program because I won't lower myself to appear on it in person. And so I obviously, because it's not like they're not putting pictures up of people, probably, unless people have tried to insert those images, wouldn't you think? And all kidding aside, those are probably the things that most people have tried to stick in there before, and on an ongoing basis. So I'm flattered that I'm one of those people. But I hearken back to the words of Groucho Marx. I wouldn't be a member of any club that would have me for a member. So,
however, if you get Jim Cornette's face in the Thunderdome, you get a free T-shirt.
We can do that. But how would we be able to prove who did it?
We could take a screenshot of yourself in the Thunderdome from your point of view, from your vantage point, and then, of course, a screenshot of the image showing up on TV.
What Brian just said. But yes, whoever gets me on SmackDown now, just because they said we can't. I didn't want to go to begin with. But now that they say you can't come, well, fuck you. So anybody that gets my face on SmackDown provably in the manner in which Brian Last just described and depicted, you get a free T-shirt of your choice.
All right. If you get Jim and CM Punk at the same time, maybe you get an autograph photo as well. But let's get another question here on the Drive-Thru.
Get a picture of me and CM Punk with our arms around each other on the